What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Last time when we left off, basically the the transmission was leaking from the rear seal. I already have it in my cart to add the gasket kit and the rear seal, and so we'll see if we can knock those out. If I can get them in pretty quick. I just got a box, as you can see over there, from Moss Motors. Should be my slave cylinder, the brand new one, and the rebuild kit, so I can rebuild the one that's on the car and have a ready spare. So we'll take care of that. I also went ahead and, since I was messing around, I had nothing else to do, I was waiting for that slave to come in, I removed this the master cylinder cover and painted it, grinded it down, painted it. I did a rattle can, Rust-Oleum. I just need it protected from rust. God knows there's a lot more that needs painting on the car, but it, slow process, one at a time. But we're gonna get the car jacked up. We're gonna see what we can do to remove the old slave and see if I can figure out this process to put the new one on. I was having issues with the large cotter pin that's holding the push rod from the slave to the transmission, and I was just having issues getting it out. So I'm gonna try and get in there, see if I can tap it out, maybe a little bit more force than I was able to use just my hand. Maybe a light taps with a hammer, but we'll see. I'm gonna get the car up and we'll see if we can get under it and knock it out real quick. Alright, so let's see what Moss Motors brought us today. Sorry, I got air conditioning going. It's hot as heck here. Packing. Looks like this is all there is. So, got ourselves a new rod and the rebuild kit for the old one. So we'll get all this in. Oh, yeah. So we'll get this in there. Get the old one off, clean it up, and repair it. But in the meantime, we'll get this new one on. Let's go ahead and open this one up too. So this guy sits in here. When the fluid goes in, it pushes this out, and that actuates the clutch. Guys, so here's the slave. So we're gonna see if we can tackle this. Right there is my oil pan gasket. Now I was reading through some of the forums, and I think I figured out why I'm leaking, or my oil pan drain plug. Sorry, I think I figured out why I'm leaking. I guess what I didn't know is that there is a crush ring, and I'm pretty sure I have some because I found these. I remember when I moved, I found these copper rings. I didn't know what they were for, and they're here somewhere. I'm just going to find them and probably install a new one. I probably didn't even put one on, honestly, because I probably thought that I didn't know what they were. So if there was one on there, I probably threw it away, not even noticing. But we'll or I reused an old one. So either way, it's probably got to get replaced. So I guess I'll have to change the oil again at some point to do that. Yep, see that? She's dripping. All right. So, and another thing I think I'm going to do, and I was debating it a lot, but I think it might be the right answer. Probably going to pull this thing out of the garage and soak the underside in degreaser, and then take the pressure washer to it as best I can, and just see what comes off. I think it'd be beneficial, and I'll probably be surprised at the results. So, I think we're going to do that and see all the dirt that comes out of here. Alright, so let's get to work, I guess. So first thing I'm going to do is take off drain the fluid, and then I'll start detaching these guys. Alright guys, since we did that hyperlapse, I'm going to go ahead and explain what I just did. The first thing we did was bleed out the fluid, because you don't want to make a huge mess when you open it up and just have it go everywhere. So I had drain pan under there. This is a 7/16. I don't know why it's a 7/16, and these bolts were metric. So this was 7/16. Could not fit a 10mm or anything else on there. So use that. Here was a 15mm, and I used the impact gun to get that out. Came out pretty easily. I thought my impact wrench would do it, but it wasn't cutting it. And then on the actual hose line, I had to use a 18 millimeter and then put a little bit extra force by grabbing the slave with a pipe wrench. And that way I was able to get a little bit of lever action on it. Got it off, so now I'm going to go ahead and clean it up and prep it for restoration with the repair parts. But right now I'm probably just going to soak it and let it soak overnight. Got the old slave valve off. We're going to restore that one when we can. I'm going to get it out of the way. But right now we're going to soak this guy down with some degreaser so we can clean it off. We're getting filthy touching under here right now, so let's see what comes off. Alright guys, so here's the deal. I pulled this pin. I was wondering why I was having such a hard time getting it out. And it looks like it's pretty... This doesn't look right to me. It looks like it's pretty worn down. So I'm going to do some research on Moss Motors real quick and see if I need to order a new one. I'm probably going to order a new one anyway, because this has been on the car for quite a while. I'm going to take a look at it, make sure it's right. I want to make sure I'm ordering, you know, I want to make sure it's not going to snap or something. So I'll take a look at that real quick, and if I'm good, I might put it on. Probably going to stop with the install for tonight and reattack it tomorrow. But I'm going to probably go ahead and start degreasing the old one, let it soak, and then wipe it down. But this guy, yeah, I'm probably going to wait for it till tomorrow to be safe and do some ordering. It's getting pretty late anyway. Sorry if I held the camera all over the place, but as you can see, it's not even fully clean, but you can see how easily these clean up once you get the grease off them. I'll finish this up better and I'll rebuild this thing. We'll bring that to you guys in another video. You guys watching today? That's going to do it for today's video. It's 12 a.m. time for me to get some sleep. We got the slave cylinder off, got it cleaned up a bit. We'll work on the rebuild later. I'm not sure what all goes into that. Probably the old number off, but we'll see what we have to do there. Tomorrow, if the little retainer pin that I got isn't too worn down after I look online and get some pictures as a baseline, then we'll reinstall the slave. If it is too worn down, then we're going to order a new one, and we'll wait. It takes like 2 days to get here. The last order I just made got here in 2 days, and I can't imagine it's more than like $3. So we'll take a look at that, and we'll get back at it tomorrow if we can. Appreciate you guys watching, and tune in for the reinstall. Please, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Thanks. It's gonna be loud. Ready?
Okay, ready. Go fast! Fast!
Say 1, 2, 3, go.